So I had a pretty difficult day at work, and I honestly don't even really feel like recording this. I'm fucking so tired right now, but I'm here because I think there's some lessons I'd like to take away from this. Maybe some things that I understand about myself a little bit better, and I think maybe that could help you. So to cut a long story short, I had this meeting today, and it could have gone in one of two directions. Thankfully, I was able to save myself, but because of this deep people pleasing that I seem to have conditioned myself into, it almost went very, very badly. So I've been working on this project for probably a good 9 months now, and it was only supposed to last 5 months, so it's already overrun. And that's because the deadline just keeps getting pushed back and pushed back and pushed back. It's not even really my fault, although I can take some of the blame for that, because maybe I was a little bit too relaxed about it in the beginning. But the deadline keeps coming back, and I'm at the point now where I've got other work piling up, and it really just is weighing on me. It's like on Sunday night before the week starts, I'm going to bed with this on my mind, and I'm just tossing and turning in bed. I'm really looking for the day when this is over, and I'll be proud of myself if I manage to achieve what I'm setting out to achieve. But in the meantime, it's tough. So I had a meeting in the afternoon to discuss this project, and it is nearly coming to an end. It was due to wrap up maybe in the next couple of weeks. And I'm not going to throw anyone in at the deep end, but someone basically floated the idea of extending this deadline even further and also expanding the project as a whole. And as I heard that, I kind of just really felt my heart sink, and there was some funny shit going on with me. I must have looked like on my face that I was just done with life. I've had enough. And all these ideas were being thrown out there. Everyone seemed really excited apart from me, who's actually got to do the work. And I felt kind of bad about that, because it's I want to have the same level of enthusiasm as other people have, because they're, in a way, I kind of look at it as them doing me a favor, they're trying to help me in my career. But I'm hearing all this extra work I've got to do, and I'm just really uncomfortable with the idea. But the interesting thing is, at the same time all of this is going on, I have that voice in my head telling me, if you're not okay with this, just say it. Just say it out loud, because this space is for you to voice your opinion. This is like a project support meeting. If you're as uncomfortable with this as you think, why don't you just say something? But I hesitate. The words won't come out of my mouth. I don't know where to cut in or slow everything down. It's like this whole new project direction is picking up so much momentum, and I feel like I'd be doing something wrong. I'd be unjustified in just kind of stopping this here, just tearing all these other people down. And I'm hesitating. And I get this a lot, and I know what this is. It's my people pleasing. It's me struggling to make my own needs known. Because these other people in this meeting, they don't know about all this other stuff that I have going on in the background, like my other work. And if I don't let them know, then they're not psychic. They're not Charles Xavier. They're not just gonna know what I'm thinking. But I'm still unable to just say it. And maybe it's because I'm so scared of what it might mean if I say no. See, what I was kind of weighing up as this was all going on was I seem to be so uncomfortable with the idea of this extra work, but this is really making me not feel good. But if I'm willing to agree, say yes to all this extra work coming my way, which will make my life a lot harder, if I'm willing to say yes to that despite how I feel, how much must I fear just telling people no or letting people down? It's crazy to me. It's like I've done this in the past too, where I have this just conflict avoidance that's stuck in me. Like, there's often times I don't make my needs known, or sometimes people will put me in difficult situations and I'll act like I'm the one doing wrong if I can't find a way to make it work. Or sometimes when people put me in bad situations, or someone else messes up or makes a mistake, I'll apologize as if I've done something wrong. Like, apologize when they're in the wrong. It can be small things like just saying sorry, or feeling the need to explain yourself too much, things that you don't really need an excuse for. It's just all these little people-pleasing behaviors that I still have, and I thought I'd maybe move past, but it's still so hard for me to just say no to people sometimes. And I know where this comes from, and this will be the case with a lot of people. For me, I think I look at people-pleasing as, if people are on my side, if I don't annoy anyone, then there's no chance I'll end up alone. It doesn't even really make sense in the context of what I'm talking about now. Like, how can I end up alone at work? Like, I guess I could get fired, but it's not a logical problem. It's an emotional problem. I think this comes from a time in my life where I was very young. I just started high school, and right before that, the summer before, my dad, he moved us 200 miles away to a different part of the country. Left my entire life behind in this little village. Had so many friends, went to this little village school, that suddenly within a week or two, I've been ripped out of everything I've ever known and just placed in what feels like this incredibly hostile environment. Like, going from a school where there was under 100 people, maybe 70 people, to a school where there's 1,500 boys. It's all boys school, and they're all trying to fucking kill me, it feels like. And not knowing anyone, and really struggling to find my people. Again, long story short, I remember just wandering that school at lunchtime, having no one to hang around with, eating my lunch, just finding some classroom I could eat my lunch in when no one was, because I wanted to avoid the shame of not having anyone. And yeah, just walking around the school trying to pass time until the next lesson. And the truly painful thing about that was it felt like I was trying to impress groups of people in my class. It really did feel like I'd had made an effort, only for people to turn around and just reject me. And at that age, you can't help but blame yourself. You don't know any different. You think everything bad that ever happens to you is your fault. But it's this deep emotional pain that I have, this fear of the pain of rejection and then being alone. That's where this people pleasing comes from. It's me thinking that if anyone's annoyed at me, then there's a chance I could end up alone. I'm very sensitive to I wouldn't say to people that I know I'm never gonna meet again. I'm very I don't know if this is a good thing. I'm very happy to piss people off who I know I'm never gonna see again. I don't really care about that. But if I know I'm gonna see them again, or I'm working with them, or there's a chance they're gonna keep coming up in my life, I'm very sensitive to the idea of someone being annoyed at me, to the point I almost can't handle it. And I do everything I can to resolve it, apologize even when it's not my fault. And again, that comes from this fear of like just ending up alone. If everyone's on my side, then that can't happen to me, even though like technically it could. And that's what makes it hard to have these conversations where I stick up for myself, where I make my own needs known. And I have a lot of internalized shame coming from this exact thing. Like, I tolerated a lot of bad behavior from people growing up, like groups of friends who were awful to me. And I let it go because I was just so afraid of the idea of being cast out again. Like, I lost a lot of self-respect, and it all comes from this people pleasing. But yeah, just to pick up where I left off with that story. In the end, I did say, I'm really sorry I can't do all this extra stuff, or I said I'm really going to need some help with this because the work is piling up. I didn't say it in as few words as I would have liked. I did kind of over-explain myself, maybe make more excuses than I needed to. But you know what? In the end, they were really supportive of me. And I kind of knew deep down that they would be. Because I'm not in some like awful corporate job where they just fucking chew you up and spit you out, like, and get the next person in. I do work in a good place. And every time I do this, every time I speak up and make my own needs known, it does get better. But this is kind of a lifelong battle. It helps to know where this comes from, to monitor this part of myself. Like, okay, it's not the conversation itself that you fear, it's like the implications. It's like you could end up alone. But I can kind of look at that now and I think, okay, this stuff from the past, it's tainting my present and future. And I guess situations like this, they are opportunities to test yourself, like where you do feel some level of discomfort, but there's pretty much zero chance it is going to descend into like everyone shouting or like an actual fight or something like that, something where conflict could actually go wrong. So I try to look at these things as like opportunities to test that people-pleasing side of myself and not banish him, because I think he'll always be there to some extent, but just kind of accept it, but don't act on it. I'm going to end the video here. I can't think of anything else to say on this, but keep an eye on that part of yourself. Think about those experiences that kind of serve as root causes for your present day behavior, where you people please, and that's it.